we are with NiP and VeryGames. Looks like we're going to have VeryGames starting off on the counter-terrorist side here against NiP. We're on DE-2, Game 1 of the finals for Counter-Strike Global Offensive. Right off the bat, we've got Forrest kind of spamming inside of mid there with Flaren. No damage has been caused. So go ahead and take a look here at the overview. You got Smiths moving up here towards the catwalk area. You got 3 guys moving here inside of tunnels. Go ahead and switch back over here and see what we have for Get Right.
And Get Right is sitting outside of the B tunnels, just waiting for VeryGames to kind of pass through. We'll see if he's going to try to go in there, if he might just stand outside. VeryGames has now cleared the B tunnels. They think there's no one there, but RPK is still holding for Get Right.
Right there still, we got some gunfire that's happening right now. That was over there towards the long A. NBK had spotted a couple members there. Let's go and take a look here at the bomb carrier. We're on board here with Flaren. They've got 1 member to worry about up on top of catwalk. 30 seconds into this round, and no one has been scathed at this point here. Let's see what happens. RPK able to take down Get Right. That was over towards the B tunnel. Still moving up. Nice nade able to connect there. Dropping for Flaren down to 50 HP. Another nade raining in. NBK able to finish off 1. Here comes the NiP able to pick up 2 so far. As it's now going to be down to a 3-on-1. RPK all by himself now. Is he going to be able to push up here towards catwalk? He held on to this P2000 and he's going to get dropped there by Freiberg's Glock, as now the score is going to be 1-0 to kick things off here in the grand finals for CSGO.
And those were some 3 huge kills by Freiberg, who only had a Glock that round, and he still managed to get 3 kills in a situation where NiP was actually still, 2 of VeryGames members were low on health, but still, it wasn't looking good for NiP. They needed to get those kills instantly to not allow the Frenchmen to reset.
Spamming there, getting those 3-shot bursts down. Range is going to be Forrest and Exist, and it looks like none of them had connected at this point. I've got, right now we got 3 P250s that I can see here for VeryGames. Make that 4 in the hands of also with NBK as well. And Existence is actually taking a lot of gunfire there, but Get Right will go down. As we take a look here at the overview, you can see Existence was over here inside of the B tunnels. Back over here to with Smith. Smith's going to be under a lot of gunfire here in just a second. He's backing away as quick as he can. Flashbang's coming over the top. He has a teammate to be able to recuperate here. What's going to Existence? Able to pick up another one with that Galil. He's able, again, that came from Get Right earlier. And so now it's going to be down to a 4-on-2. And it looks like VeryGames is going to try to make something happen here. Let's go and switch back over here towards the other side. We're on board here with Forrest. Down to a 2-on-4. And Freiberg's still alive as well here.
And everyone low on health that's currently alive. RPK and Kenny S have 56 health, and that's the most out of everybody. Forrest has 40 and Freiberg 34.
Oh, nice headshot coming in there from Existence. That's his 3rd frag in the round. He able to start things off with just a P250. And the rest of them have actually come from a Galil. Now it's going to be left up to Forrest. Down to a 1-on-4, 25 seconds left. This is going to be a huge round for VeryGames. As, again, you've had NiP actually buy multiple weapons, even trying to go even stronger, as they had 2 AKs, one of which was from Forrest and the other one from Exist. 13 seconds left here. As there goes Forrest, able to connect there, shutting down Existence. So that Galil has now been dropped.
It looks like Forrest is just trying to save this AK so his team can force by next round.
They know exactly where he's at. They're going to go ahead and try to be able to push up. Forrest able to take down RPK. He's trying to stay alive, and he ducks into the corner, and he saves the AK. But in the end, VeryGames taking that round, as now the score is going to be 1-1 here between these 2 teams.
And NiP, of course, on a buy round. They don't have a lot of money, but they can afford a pretty reasonable buy. Much better than VeryGames had last round. And they're going to try to get the control back of the game right here.
We see now Freiberg has actually moved over there towards the B tunnels, opposed to actually having Get Right. Get Right is now inside of mid. You got 2 inside of the B bomb site, being RPK and Kenny S. And Smith's down inside of CT spawn, 2 over there towards long A.
And right now, Forrest and Get Right are holding AKs. Freiberg and Exist have Deagles, and Flaren only has a Glock. So NiP is definitely going to need Forrest and Get Right to get a couple entries to allow them an entry into the A site that they look to be attacking just any second now.
Figure out exactly who's about to have to handle this one. That's going to be Existence. He's over there. Here comes some flashbangs. He's going to looks like they're going to try to retake this bomb site, as they're still kind of pushing up here. He spots 1. Nope. No one has actually connected. No damage has been dealt at this point here between. Very cautious gameplay coming from both teams. Let's go back over here to Existence. NBK tossing out that flashbang. Good little counter, or good little pop flash that happens here for Existence. As now he's going to be completely blind, having to back away now. As you can see, they've got those players going to start to move in here towards the bomb site. Bomb carrier is going to be Exist, who's going to get that bomb planted inside of the A side.
And Freiberg very, very passively still sitting outside of the long A. Looks like he is indeed going to rotate all the way back to Catwalk and not try to risk NBK still holding.
All right, let's see. Things are going to go open up here. We've got Existence picking up 1. Now it's going to be down to a 2-on-5. Freiberg now on the rotate. He's all by himself. That bomb was planted for kind of the inside the site, and Kenny S with a nice AK headshot. And now VeryGames takes the lead 2-1. I think we're going to have a lot more of an interesting game now. Because right now, just looking at just how they're hitting their shots, their playing style, is a lot different than what we've seen from VeryGames in the group play. It's really early, but just paying attention to the way that players. I was just
going to say that. It certainly looks so, but it is early to say. You can never really judge how a game is going to go just a couple of rounds in. But we'll see once NiP gets the save out of the way and they get full weapons, and we'll see some proper Counter-Strike with both teams fully equipped.
Just remember what I said.
We'll revisit it.
Sounds good. As right now we've got, see they're going to be set up. Watch out for Smith, who's pushing up there towards Catwalk. He has a teammate that's right there with him. That's going to be NBK. Switch back over to him as he's tossing out a nice little flash.
And Exist has already been hit down to very low health.
Wow,
Smith actually has gotten some damage. He's down to 40. We'll see if NiP can possibly get a bomb plant or even just a single kill here. That could potentially make a big difference in the future rounds.
Yeah, right now, of course, if they're on a save round.
And they are grouping up on Catwalk, so it's going to be Existence holding it by himself.
Back over to Existence. 1 headshot to count there with the M4. Tossing out the flashes are going to be both of those teammates. I believe that was NBK with him as well. Bomb's trying to get planted. That's a firebomb. It's going to cut off that offense as they try to cross. RPK able to pick up 1. And now it's going to be left up to get right. Who's stuck in a spot that he is not going to get out of. 3-1 now is the score here in favor of VeryGames over NiP.
It's been good play by VeryGames so far. They played smart Counter-Strike as counter-terrorists. They made a presence in Catwalk early on, did a little push, let NiP know they might be playing there, and then rotated all the way back to long, confusing NiP a little bit. They're not really giving their playing style out, which makes it harder to counter.
You got Flarin right there inside of mid, who's just trying to get some pop shots downrange there with that AWP. Another smoke being lofted out there all the way up. Need to be on the lookout now for lower B, and that is going to be Existence down there taking a look as they're pushing up. Again, that smoke was set up so they can kind of move up there. Nice little flash coming in from VeryGames up on top of Catwalk. Right now trying to figure out exactly where they're going to hit. They've got 2 guys inside of B. That's Kenny S and RPK. We may be seeing a 3-2 split here in just a second from these guys. Smoke's probably going to end up right here in just a moment. As there goes that smoke. Let's go and hop into the action. Going to go and start to push in here inside of mid. They've got 1 to worry about. That's going to be, as we see that RPK has picked up multiple. Flarin can't connect here with that AWP. Struggling, and Kenny S, huge AK, as again, Flarin missed 1, missed 2, and then he gets popped in the dome by the AK from Kenny S. 4-1 now is the score. Remember what I said.
And I think it's going to be important for the rifle players of NiP to keep VeryGames' low money at a low amount all the time, because if they keep buying 3 ops and connecting their shots, Flarin isn't going to be able to win 3 op duels against separate people every single round. No. It's tall order to win even just 1, considering Kenny S has to be considered a stronger opper than him by now. Let's
go and switch over here to Smith, as he's probably going to have to counter again. And we've seen this angle several times. Of course, most of the time we've been on board with Existence. He's going to get drawn in there by Flarin. I think that was actually Forrest after taking a look now. And wrapping back around, he's got his teammates. They've actually made their way kind of over there towards that goose spot. Beautiful nade. And that's going to take out 1. Actually, that was from Existence. That nade ended up causing some damage there. Exist is being slowed down to be able to move in there side to side. The bomb is getting planted here. No, it does not end up getting planted. He gets slowed down.
He thought he was planning when he was blind, but he needed to move a little further to the left. As Smith gets 2 kills, RPK gets the last one.
Wow.
And that's going to make it 5-1 for VeryGames, which is coincidentally more rounds than they got last time they played this map.
Let's see what they end up deciding to do. You had mentioned they need to not have that much pressure on Flarin to have to be able to make all these shots with the op, but he does have an op in hand again. Let's see if he can actually make this shot count. Really, it's a tough battle to kind of work against. There's another smoke that kind of gets popped there inside of mid. He's just trying to make the best shot. Of course, immediately goes for that mid boost that we've seen a couple times now. We've actually seen a lot of Counter-Strike Global Offensive players here in this tournament check that spot now.
And Get Right just already rushed up Catwalk and jumped into CT spawn. He's already in the CT spawn, and VeryGames is now completely unaware of what is going on. NiP has taken over the A bomb site, and Get Right has cut out the CT spawn rotation. So VeryGames are in trouble this round.
Oh, look at that. You've got Exist through the smoke, headshotting Existence down long A. As now it's going to be down to a 3-on-4. Kenny S pushing up there. He's actually, he's going to hold back there with his teammate RPK. Let's see if we've got for Nathan.
It looks like VeryGames are indeed trying to save their weapons. Forrest is already on the chase in the B tunnels. He spots one but gets taken down by Kenny as he missed the shot in the middle and wasn't able to connect the second time. And Exist is now the second person on the chase.
Checking through the tunnels there. Bomb's going to explode. He's going to push out here in just a second. Able to take out one. Can he make it two? And he does. So both of those weapons have been taken away. Of course, when we look at the economy here,
tons and tons of money.
It's just
VeryGames' pocket still. Over 10K on some of the members. Kenny S with 14.5K, and NBK managed to save an op. So that's also pretty big for them. So no saves needed for the Frenchman anytime soon.
And that smoke will block up there inside of mid double doors, and the Flareon is kind of just stuck in this situation right now. As we take a look here and see what we've got. Extends under a lot of gunfire. He's going to get taken out. As we see, there's some action going on. Get Right just causing some, make that Forest actually, as he was causing a ruckus inside of B. Here comes some flashbangs over there towards Catwalk. Smith is actually going to push straight through, and he checks his spots properly. He's able to take down one. Flareon goes down. Here comes a headshot coming in from the AK from Exist. As now it's going to be down to a 2-on-3. As Exist spraying with the AK. 1-on-2 now. They've got one over there on towards the Catwalk. That's going to be Kenny S with the AWP. And one of the players that we've mentioned all tournament long who hasn't been showing his true potential is Kenny S. And he's sitting at 8-2, scoring now 6-2 here in favor of VeryGames.
That is true. He's been fairly inconsistent, although to be fair, he has been showing some of his potential in terms of just highlight rounds. He just hasn't been able to manufacture the same kind of play on a consistent level from round to round or match to match.
4-round lead here in favor of the French.
And I was just going to add that he has been on point in the final, though.
That's what my whole basis was off of, is watching Kenny S and how he controlled his AK in that third round, I believe.
And Existence once again going down early, and this is fairly bad for the Frenchman. Of course, Kenny has picked up a nice shot on the Get Right in the middle there. NiP now crossing long already. They are getting on top of the A site where they're going to see NBK is taken up by Exist.
Pushed out way too far. There's no purpose.
Exist with a second kill there, and this is going to allow NiP to get the bomb planted in a 4-on-2 situation.
And look at this. We actually have Kenny S. He's going to be pushing over there. And I kind of assumed that they would go for the save prior to them throwing those flashes. That's going to keep them inside the site a little bit longer so they don't go chasing for them off the start. So a smart call there by VeryGames. Just pushing up, lofting in those flashbangs, and then falling back. But again, now the score's going to be 6-3 here in favor of VeryGames and NiP. We saw what they did against Mouse Sports. Again, Mouse Sports led 9-0, and they came back to win that matchup.
That is true, and we'll see if NiP can mount a similar comeback here. What VeryGames has been doing and what's been working for them so far is doing something that surprises NiP. We've seen multiple people just pushing into B tunnels, doing aggressive stuff off the Catwalk. They basically haven't allowed NiP to just read them and force them to play a standard setup where they play passive A, allow NiP to get on top of A, and then just try to hold off the retake. They've been doing things to surprise NiP, and that's taken them off their comfort zone so far.
All right now we've got 3 members heading over here towards that long A. Bomb's going to get dropped off here. Pretty typical. They realize that they're probably going to be on some type of save, but that's, as we look at it, you can see that they're not. Now, VeryGames is pretty good on money across the board there. And so we'll see what happens here as Freiburg takes out one. Smith's finally going to pick up one with that AWP. Make that 2. Can he connect with a third? No, it's not going to happen as Freiburg ends that kill streak. And now it's going to be left up to those who saved their weapons. That was Kenny S and RPK down to a 2-on-3. Bombs being tossed across here, utilizing every bit of that smoke, even at the high point here. The bomb, or that smoke grenade, was tossed down below, and he can still hide behind it in the top side of A. Now it's going to be pushing up here. Nice headshot coming in by Exist. Kenny S Also connecting, still pushing up here towards that A side, and he's looking all around except where he needs to be for Flaren picking up that AK. And that actually was his first frag of the game. Let's go and take a look here and see what we've got here for VeryGames and NiP for a quick highlight, as this will be a save round coming in for VeryGames. Another look here, we've got Exist. All three weapons have all been taken away from VeryGames, and there is now going to be a complete save. Not necessarily a complete save, but they'll probably do some type of save here for VeryGames.
Yeah, I'm not sure if a complete save exists. I don't. Maybe the word full just isn't in the French vocabulary.
Full save.
Yeah, I don't think it's there. Someone maybe look it up. VeryGames are pushing Catwalk though, trying to do something aggressive. Exist has been very good so far in the final, and he just picks up another two kills right there, sitting at the top of the scoreboard with a score of 14 and 8, way higher than anyone else on the server.
Searching through, you can see that you got Existence with a little battle going on over there towards long ADD. He's got his teammates to regroup with him. I think he's going to actually continue to push up here towards those long A double doors. The bomb carrier of Freiburg is actually rotating right now through the T spawn to regroup with his teammates over there towards his side. Of course, we have the capability of seeing it. Look at that. That's a perfect little pickup there. I believe now he's got actually just got a grenade to work with there. They probably made the smart choice and moved that AK somewhere else.
And Get Right is just chasing down kills there in CT spawn, picks up 2 kills. I mean, there really is no reason for NiP to be on a chase right now, because VeryGames are saving their weapons. Get Right, of course, is going to find Existence any second and gets his 3rd kill of the round, but NiP is just getting confident now. They are going for kills that they don't really even necessarily need to go for.
Back there through that smoke. Again, this is going to be, as we look at it here in the 11th round, 6-4, there, Kenny S and the rest of his crew are not on a save. But now their money is basically starting to get zeroed out. They had a lot of money to work with previously before. They've been able to save a lot of their weapons throughout the game. But this round is actually going to make an impact here.
That it will indeed. VeryGames is finally down to very low amount of money. Their richest per member is Kenny S with $1,300. So if NiP manages to win this round, VeryGames will have to save. And it looks like they have decided to attack the B site through middle.
They're going to start to be able to push up here and see if RPK can kind of hold his own. He's going to get shut down there. Switching back over to Kenny S. He's in a really tough spot because now it's going to be a 3-2 split on both sides, and immediately they're going to go for a save. They've already allowed the NiP to go ahead and have that bomb site. They're saving these weapons.
That they are, or hoping to anyways, because NiP will be chasing them down, and there's plenty of time right now on the clock for them to find them. We'll just see if they'll be able to kill them or not.
They already immediately went to check to see where they're at.
Existence just got headshotted by, I believe it was Flaren. No, couldn't have been Flaren. Maybe Freiburg in CT base.
Tossing out that firebomb, making sure he can stay alive longer. Now, we might have an issue for Smith. He's having a backup. He's going to get taken out. Now it's going to be even tougher here for Existence, as he's going to get eliminated, and as well as I was trying to surf through. And now MBK, can he stay alive? They're going to be able to push out there. He sprays. No, it's not going to happen. So as we take a look here at the scoreboard, you can see that Existence is sitting at 9 and 8. Kenny S at 11 and 5, 9 and 6 there for RPK. Smith's at 8 and 8, and MBK at 3 and 7 there for VeryGames.
And NBK really has been, well, statistically disappointing so far in this game. He's been huge for VeryGames in their earlier wins, so he'll definitely have to step it up a notch if VeryGames wants to keep winning rounds against NiP, who have now won, I believe, 4 in a row.
They stacked over there towards the B bomb site for this round. As we take a look here, you can see we might have Kenny S here in just a moment. He may get picked off. He spots one. He immediately reacts. And that Nate beautiful connects, able to take down Get Right inside of mid. As we wrap back around, you can see the bomb carrier going to start to be able to move up here. That's going to be for Flaren. He has a teammate that's already up there towards that catwalk side. Let's go and see what happened over here on this side. MBK, can he be able to make things happen? Great round so far here for VeryGames. As now it's going to be left up to the bomb carrier. That's going to be for Flaren, as he's got it up in hand. They've got a lot of money to work with, so that's not a concern. 45 seconds left here in the round. They're basically holding him down in that position. You can see Kenny S is actually rotated back.
Flaren's hope right now is
beautiful.
take out a gun or two. because VeryGames is still very low on money. So even though obviously they'll buy after winning a round, they'll be on a much weaker equipment if the Florian can get 1 or 2 more kills.
Just enough, and he's going to spot one. That's going to bring out the other player as well, and 7-6. So finally, VeryGames decides to show back up into this game and take the lead yet again here, 7-6 over NiP.
It's promising to be a pretty interesting final so far with the way things are going. That's for sure.
You take a look there and see where everyone sits. Freiburg sitting at 6,200 after the bye. So definitely set across the board. See if we can get this quick boost up here. That was going to be Smith's as he's going to rotate over here towards Catwalk. He's got one to be able to worry about. I believe that's Get Right. And Get Right headshot into Smith. And now it's going to be down to a 4-on-4 as there was an early exchange. Freiburg was taken out. Let's go ahead and take a look. It's probably going to end up heading over here towards Catwalk and see if MBK can hold his own. They're wrapping back around here. You've got the may do a 3-1 split. Nice shot by Kenny. As you can take a look where he was. He was inside of mid. RPK holding it down inside of B. You've got Existence over inside top A, regrouping with his teammate NBK. On the other side, we can see that Existence inside of mid. 2 players starting to work over there towards long A, switching back over to Existence, who's going to be on the defense here.
Keflaren is currently looking for him on top of the A with this double scoped in. It looks like someone is going to peek him from down low, and he is not waiting for it.
That's Kenny S. Oh, beautiful. As, there goes Keflaren. Keflaren's really been had a tough time with that op here in this game. As right now, let's go and take a look here. You got one player moving up, RPK. I don't know if he's aware of it. He's got one player to look out for, and that's going to be Exist, who's really been playing extremely well. He's going to get dropped, though, by RPK. As there comes Kenny S, missing with that first off shot, but so much damage being exchanged by RPK. 8-6 now, here in favor of VeryGames.
This is looking good for VeryGames. They fell back around there a little in the middle part of the half, but 8-6 or possibly even 8-7 rather, or possibly even 9-6 half as counter-terrorists is very strong. Of course, you can never count NiP out. I mean, they did score 13 rounds on VeryGames as counter-terrorists at ESWC, but at the same time, they really struggled against Mouse Sports in the semifinals, so it's anyone's game right now.
Nate's being lofted out there inside of mid. Right now, we've got Smith, who's watching over here towards Catwalk from long A. Existence going to be working here inside of mid. He can wrap up and toss a flashbang right here off this point. So let's go and hop into here and see exactly. Let's keep it from their perspective. There's Exist. He's going to go ahead and push jump there. Freiburg able to shut down Smith. And that flashbang, here comes that counter flash. But Force drops down, able to take down Existence. And now the bomb's going to get planted here inside of the A bomb site, inside of top A.
Get Right is currently in the lower B tunnel area. He knows no one can come from Cat. But 2 big kills by VeryGames members makes it a close round nonetheless.
And MBK's last man standing long range with the M4. Now they all know where he's at in this 1v3. Great flash coming out, and there goes. It's going to be Exist taking advantage of that situation. 8-7 is going to be your first half score here in favor of VeryGames as we head here to the second half. In the grand finals here for the Counter-Strike Global Offensive, sponsored by Logitech. And a big shout out to Kingston HyperX as well as Thor.
We'll see if we actually can get underway fairly quickly. Or we talked about this before. Usually when the tournament gets further and further into playoffs, teams tend to take longer and longer breaks as there's more at stake. But it looks like we have actually gone live very quickly.
Usually, actually, that's one of the things that over there, whenever speaking with the admins, Nixon from HLTV, is the fact is, this is the way that the rules are set up. There's no halftime. It's just
that's how it's always been, but that's how it's never been in.
Just making sure that there's no technical issues.
No technical issues.
Yes, right now we can see nice. Let's see if Kenny S can stay alive. Smith's right there to be able to help him out. They're going to be heading over there towards that long A. It's going to switch back over here to see what they've got going. As being fired upon, Kenny S is going to wrap it there inside the site. Bomb's going to get planted just behind the box inside of A. And so they're going to have to force themselves to push up. So the player that's moving over there towards long, which is actually Smith's, looks like he's going to try to rotate and get the flank here. Force is actually almost had the perfect chance to catch him As going to go and start to be able to push in here for Flaren, able to pick up one. Remember, Smiths is on the flank right now. Let's go and see if he's going to be effective here. And it looks like he may not be, as he does take out one, but the defuse is still going on. And that's going to be able to finish off one of them. He actually takes out one of them, and Flaren takes out his teammate. Luckily enough for Flaren, that was early. So they ended up getting the defuse.
And that's going to even up the game at 8 with... We'll see. I really don't see VeryGames saving anymore. I think they're always just going to go for their little buys, but it seems like they actually haven't bought all that much this time.
As you can see, what actually happened for Flaren, they gave them the money actually went to them because they won the round on the defuse, and then Flaren killed his teammate, which took away $3,300.
Oh yeah, that's interesting.
So it was after, yeah.
Because in CS:GO you get the money at the end of towards the end of the round, as soon as you actually win the round. So he actually lost all of his money.
He lost everything that he got. So that's the reason why he's sitting at no armor and only a P2000 to work with. He does have some flashes to work with. Pushing inside the side is going to be Kenny S. He's able to pick up one. They're going straight for this bomb plant. Luckily enough, here for NiP, it was a save round, but VeryGames getting that bomb planted, and they chose the exact spot that they needed to hit.
And that was a big blow for NiP to allow VeryGames to plant, because that means, first of all, Flaren still isn't going to have a ton of cash for this next round, and VeryGames now can afford a full buy, and we see Kenny S has already purchased an op.
That was really interesting. Just watching that and seeing that they won the round, and they immediately get the money for the defuse, and then Flaren he took out his teammate, which takes away $3,300 for the TK. And so everything that he just won has now been ripped away. As luckily enough, though, for NiP, they're going to be fine in all scheme of things. But now you've got VeryGames, who's got weapons to work with. Existence has actually bought a Galil for this round. We've got 2 AWPs, one from Kenny S and one from Smiths.
And right now, VeryGames is just taking it slow. They're just setting up all across the map, just trying to take over areas, find out how exactly NiP is playing, and they're probably going to just set up for their attack wherever they choose to go in about 20 seconds. But
here's for Flaren. He's watching. See if we can go and hop over to his perspective while we have the chance. Drawing in that fire grenade, their firebomb. The reason why they tossed in that spot is usually you have some players that pivot off that box. Instead, though, you have Flaren pivoting off of the A ramp, which gives them 2 different perspectives, kind of a headshot line as well. Nice job, though, utilizing that FAMAS to its fullest in burst fire.
And that was an important kill by Flaren, too. RPK, though,
that's a big kill, too, as well. You're spreading out that defense, and now they have to figure out what they need to do here.
And they are going to attack the B bomb site right now. All 3 of VeryGames members are now already inside the bomb site. And it looks like Kenny S is going to try to plant the bomb, while NiP is slightly late to the rotation.
They're all up against the wall. See if they're going to start to be able to slam down here on this side. Can they be able to hold their own? Pushing inside the side. But Flaren gets taken down. Huge hold by RPK, taking down 3, and it's now down to a one-on-one. Smith right there. He's able to spot him inside the window, and he gets taken out by Get Right, and the score is now 10-8 in favor of NiP. Huge retake there by NiP. VeryGames RPK doing a great individual job, picking off 3 of them, but it just wasn't enough.
That was a really important clutch for NiP by Get Right. And it's also a little interesting that Kenny has chose to go for the pick in a window. I feel like he was a little late to go in for that pick. NiP had already rotated. If he went there just a little bit earlier, it would have been a great idea, because they needed to get a pick when they're low, down in numbers. But I feel like that was just a bad timing for it.
As right now we can see how they're early off. We have Force and Flaren picking up some kills. They did go for the buy, and look how quick this round is going in favor of NiP. It is now left to RPK 1-on-5.
And what a turnaround from those 3 kills from RPK last round. From looking like they were going to even win last round to then getting shut down in just a matter of seconds on the following one. And now being broke and having to save, giving NiP their 12th round. That's just a big, big change in the game.
Taking a look, seeing whether or not, I never know with VeryGames whether or not they're going to save or buy or how they want to kind of have some type of mix. But this time, which is probably the first time that we've seen in a while, they actually go for a pretty convenient save. They've got 2 P250s to work with. make that 3. As I see, it's from RPK, Existence, and NBK. Note, there is only one flashbang to work with. And you've got Smiths and Kenny S, who went for a complete save this round.
That they did indeed. And it looks like VeryGames, once again, taking their time. And looks like they are eventually going to hit Catwalk before their members headed towards that way right now. And NBK, as usual, outside along. Existence right now peeking out of middle, looking for a pick, but doesn't seem like anyone from NiP is out there to be picked up.
Oh, that's actually maybe a smoke that Existence has in turn. He may be smoking up inside of mid. We may see a 3-man make that a 4-person push here in just a moment. And he gets taken out there. So let's go and see if they're going to be able to push in here toward the side. Freiberg down low on health. We saw him pivot on that box before. Here comes MBK on the other side, though. A lot of action happening here inside this bomb site as they do take out Forrest. Now it's going to be down to a 3-on-3. MBK, that's a big kill, able to take down Exist, but they're all low on health. No armor across the board. Get Right is still alive. That's something to definitely be on the lookout for. Pushing inside the side, playing very tight is going to be Kenny S. See if he might be able to get this kill. Going to be pushing here through the window here in just in a moment. RPK has to be able to get the perfect cover fire. Now it's going to be down to a 1-on-1. Backing up is going to be for Flare, and he only has an op ahead. Bombs taken away. He does not have the time to be able to play with this. He's going to go ahead and back out of there. And VeryGames on this eco round will end up picking it up by pushing up inside of mid and making things happen. 11-9 now is the score here in favor of NiP. We're in game 1 of this best of 3 in the grand finals for Counter-Strike Global Offensive.
And that was weak play by NiP to allow VeryGames to just take over the entire site just like that. Like you said, they only purchased 3 P250s, and I believe that was 1 smoke to go along with them. So NiP definitely should be able to win routine rounds like that, and that definitely brings VeryGames back into the game. If you take a quick look at the money situation right now, both teams are very low, so whoever loses this round will likely be on a save.
And that could make VeryGames ending up tying this game up at 11. And being on the terrorist side, that definitely works out in their favor. We take a look right now what the setup is. We've got 2 over here on top of Catwalk. That's going to be Exist. They're going to have to be able to back up there as for Flaren got knocked down to 47. Beautiful nades coming across. Very pinpoint, exactly where they should be landing. Just doesn't connect with them. Right there, you've got one.
Still.
And Flaren going to have to drop down here to... And I believe Exist actually is dropping down as well. We've seen NiP actually have a beautiful retake on that A bomb site. So let's take a look and see where they're at. You've got these 4. One's going to be starting causing action. And you still have NBK just shooting, causing some distraction over there. But we'll go and hop on board here with RPK. Smith's right there with the AWP and the bomb. He's actually leading the charge here as they enter inside the site. They're going to lose the bomb if he gets dropped, as they're going to continue to move back around. Kenny S and Smith both going to work with that AWP. And right there you can see how Forrest just goes to town on both those oppers close range.
But right now, NBK is left in an almost impossible 1v3 with just 15 seconds to go. And really looks like it's just a matter of time.
Nice headshot by NBK. Make that 2 headshots. He doesn't really have much time to work with. You need to look out for Get Right. Bomb's getting planted. It's so loud. He knows where he's at and sprays down. That is just unfortunate in a sense there for him, as now they're getting, you can see Get Right's going to fall back, pick up that AWP for Flaren, and he's going to come in here and get this defuse.
Once again, though, NiP
Picks
allowed
up all the nades as well.
Yeah, NiP allowed that that round to become way too close. They lost 2 more weapons, and they're not going to have a lot of money for the next round. And once again, if VeryGames do win the following round, if they do go for a buy now, which I don't think they will, but I think they should, NiP would have to save.
As right now it is 12-9 here in favor of NiP over VeryGames, and it looks like they are going to be on some type of save here. But we have seen a save round actually work out. As you can see, that's the reason why they're still holding on to a full nade set between RPK and Existence. Here comes Get Right. It's going to switch over to his POV. He's just kind of popping some shots here from long A. He has his teammate to be able to help him out. That's going to be Exist.
It's an easy round for NiP.
13-9.
It's gonna make it, yeah, as he said, it's gonna make it 13-9, and that is exactly how NiP should have taken care of that previous semi-buy by VeryGames that they allowed the Frenchman to win.
All right, so let's go ahead and see what we've got. Taking a look over on the other side here, you can see that you got an AK, as well as a Galil, and 2 AKs to follow that. So as we kind of spread throughout the map, you can see you've got 2 guys playing up, very aggressive. This is where that boost happened before. You can see Flaren actually boosted up higher, and he's going to go ahead and fall back. Get right, though, spraying down long A, picking up 2. Flaren over there on Catwalk, making things happen as well. As they're going to go ahead and push up there, you can see Get Right spraying away with 6 health. 14-9 here in favor of NiP over VeryGames here in game 1 of this best of 3 in the finals here for DreamHack Winter.
And NiP is starting to run away with this game now a little bit. It looks like VeryGames not really in it the same way anyway. And look at this, VeryGames are once again on a save round. They have once again, man, I keep repeating that saying, but they have once again bought a lot of nades and some pistols, so they aren't just giving up this round. They're going to try to do something here.
They spend about $1,000 on nades.
And Spitz opens up the round there with a nice kill to Freiberg out in the middle area, and we'll see if they can capitalize on it. Existence is down to just 1 health point, and Forrest is all alone by the B site right now, so this could be tough.
All right, so as we see it right now, we've got Existence does get taken out. Pushing inside the side, it's going to switch over to Forrest. Forrest able to take out 1. Can he make it? He's still struggling with those 2 inside the site. Now Get Right, though, on the other hand, see if he can go to town here. Bomb carrier will get that bomb down. It wasn't in that traditional spot, so he finally takes out Kenny S, but they do get the bomb planted. They are looking to try to take this into an overtime. And there goes RPK, trying to play very aggressive over there towards the double doors.
And that is going to give NiP map point in the first map of the grand final of DreamHack Winter here in Jönköping. And NiP, let's just say VeryGames have looked better than they have so far in the tournament, but it looks like in the end it just doesn't seem to be enough, at least so far, unless they can mount a major comeback here. They would need to win 6 rounds in a row, and NiP actually has an okay amount of money right now.
They've only won 1 round on the T side here against NiP, and it was a save round.
NiP are up 8-1, very similar to their 13-2 halftime score at ESWC just about 3 weeks ago.
All right, so we take a look here, see what happens. Existence trying to make some shots happen there towards long A. Right up close. This time he changed his elevation. It was Freiberg. He usually plays over by the headshot box. And coming inside the side. Forrest, though, playing a little bit passive there inside of the B tunnels. With Flaren missing that off shot. Kenny S under a lot of gunfire there towards long A. Actually, look at this. MBK pushing out of tunnels. He needed to get that kill to try to make it a 1-on-2. Now he has to worry about Forrest over here as well. And Forrest doesn't have to push out on him just yet. Again, the bomb is so loud, as you can see. Nice little flash coming in there by Flaren. And that was actually Exist who was inside the B tunnels. 16-19. Game 1 goes to NiP over VeryGames.
That was